Ruth Squires here. It's November 1st, 2022. I can't believe it's the end of the year already. It really is shocking to me. I don't know where this year went, but we are now looking at 2023 and beyond and trying to decide how that's going to shape up. It is November 1st. It's the first day of the month, so I wanted to jump on, give you a quick market stats update. I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about specific numbers. I'll give you a real fast summary of what's happening as far as the numbers go, but you can look at that on my website. We'll post the link here on the video. You can get into that as much as you would like. I want to give you more of a perspective on what we are experiencing. So my team as the real estate professionals that are out in the field, what are we hearing? What are we seeing happening? What are we feeling in our local market? You're hearing a lot of stuff in the news. Of course, there's a lot of chatter about inflation, recession, interest rates, all of that stuff. How does that really affect us? So let's talk about that. First, I'm going to go into market stats. So it was, of course, we have the continued inventory levels keep going up. We're over 950 homes on the market right now. A year ago, we were less than half that inventory level. With that, buying activity is slowing down, which is part of the reason inventory is where it is. And all of that then leads to a lot more price improvements, as I like to call them, which means the sellers are dropping their prices, more opportunity for negotiation. So buyers, don't be afraid of the market. You have more leverage. You can request more from the sellers. You can work the price down further than what we've seen in the past. And then that means that list to sales ratios are lower. So the really shocking one for me with this update was the $100,000 and less price point. There's only 18 homes currently for sale in Citrus County in that price point. But what we've seen over the last 30 days is the list to sales ratio is coming out at 88%. It's incredibly low. We've been talking about 99% for a good long while now. So 88% is pretty shocking. What that means is what I just said. We have more negotiating happening on these houses, and sellers that are serious about selling are looking at those offers. Instead of 15 offers, they have one offer, and they have to sit back and say, am I willing to work with this particular buyer? Because I don't have a handful to choose from. So it's been a quick change. It's been a pretty significant change for everyone. The way I like to describe it is we were saying, ooh, the market's hot, the market's hot, the market's hot. Ooh, it's sizzling. Ooh, hot, 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 right? Now we're saying the market's cooled. The market's actually getting a little icy. So that's how different the dynamic is between what we had been in and what we are in now. So that's what we're really experiencing out there. I know that on the buy side, the buyers are starting to get a lot more confident in saying, hey, I don't like that price. I want to come in at a lower price. What tools do we have to work with here to really negotiate and get the best deal? Whereas before they were saying, what does the seller want? I will give them anything and everything they want. So that's been a very significant change. And then on the sell side, you just really have to keep in mind why you're doing what you're doing. And I think this is true for both sides of the fence, because if you're not keeping in perspective the reason that you're selling and moving, the reason that you're buying a new house, you can't really make a good, clean decision for your family. So that's part of our jobs as professionals, is to really get in and get into the trenches with you, understand what your motivations, objectives are, and then kind of help keep you focused on that. When I bought my first home, it was back in 1999, and I laugh when people are talking about these interest rates, right? Because I bought my first house, I was paying, I think, close to 7.5% interest to buy that house. I was pregnant. Josh and I were getting ready to bring our son into the world. We closed on the house 1 month before Nathaniel was born. And for me, my motivation was I want to have my own house to raise my son in. I didn't want to be paying a landlord in a apartment or rental situation that may not be as stable. I wanted to have my own house. That was strong motivation. Interest rates didn't matter to me. I didn't care how much I was going to pay the bank. I was grateful that the bank was willing to give me the money so I could do that for my family. So that's kind of my story with my first house purchase. And I think it's helpful to have some of those memories memories to keep things in perspective. And that's what I would ask people when they say, well, is now the time to buy a house? Why are you buying a house right now? Let's kind of peel back the layers of the onion and then determine, is now right for you, or is there a strategy that maybe, waiting might make sense as well. And from a sell side, when you're selling your house, you're moving on to something else, whatever it may be. And there's some reason that that's an important decision or important move to make in your life. So we have to keep that in perspective. And I think that's the biggest takeaway I'll give you. You hear a lot of media hype. It's always the worst of the worst scenario that you're hearing in the media. Try to keep things in perspective. Make sure you've got a trusted real estate professional, just like you have a trusted accountant, a trusted financial advisor, a trusted doctor. Make sure you've got all of those advisors, ready to go to help you make the most sound decisions. So that's really it in a nutshell. I will continue to bring you these updates on a monthly basis. I'm so glad to have you here listening and being a part of this. And if you have any questions, please let us know. We're happy to consult with you on anything that you're thinking about, worried about, whatever it may be. So Ruth Squires with eXp Realty, RES Luxury Group, white glove service, red carpet treatment. It's all in the name. We are not the same, and we believe that everyone deserves a luxury experience. Give us a call with anything that you need, 352-794-1426. And don't forget to click subscribe so that you can stay informed as we post more important videos.